Here it is, the new PD-10 from Avidity Arms. Now, I've been on the range today doing what a lot of people have been patiently waiting to do, and that's to put rounds through this new firearm. Now, this is a production model, which means you'll be able to purchase this model in your local gun shops not long after this video is released. Now, I've been out on the range today, and I've got about 300 rounds through this firearm so far, but I've got a lot of experience with the design to be able to get to this point. This gun was designed by Rob Pincus back in early 2013, and I was first handling the 3D printed models back in 2014, and we're shooting the first prototypes by 2015. It's been a couple of years to get here, but I'm excited to have this production gun on the range today. This firearm was designed for defensive shooting by a defensive shooter or a defensive shooting instructor that has a lot of experience in working with a large variety of students out there on the range. We can see the attention to detail for a defensive shooting handgun just taking a look at some of the features of it. Now, this gun does have a 4-inch barrel with a full-length grip, but it has a 1-inch or less design. This falls into what I see as a transitional category, meaning the gun is small enough to be able to conceal it, but still large enough that it's still shootable and it can work well for home defense. The magazine is a 10+1 capacity, so 10 rounds in the magazine, 1 round in the chamber. Now, this gun has good texture on the grip itself to be able to give you a good purchase, but even better, some of the other features that we're going to find on the firearm. It has defensive shooting sights from the get-go. They don't need any upgrade. So what does that look like? Well, that wide gap in the back allows you to be able to quickly and efficiently use them up close with that bright yellow square, but still allows you to be able to shoot those smaller targets at further distance if required to do so. But it's not just about your sight picture. These sights were set up for one-hand manipulation. What does that mean? Well, these are the claw sights. They were designed by Rob a couple of years ago. They have a concave edge built into them that allows you to easily use the sights for one-hand manipulation if you're forced to do so. They can be used against your holster, your belt, or even against your clothes to be able to pull that slide back to the rear. Additionally, that claw feature is built into the base plate of the magazine itself to be able to rip the magazine out of the firearm if all you have is one hand available. If you have 2 hands available, well then, additionally speaking, there is a cutout in the bottom of the grip that allows you to get a good purchase on that magazine as well. It does have the accessory rail built into it, but this gun was designed to be able to fit a lot of different shooters' hands. Now, that's something I pay a lot of attention to. I work with a lot of different students on the range, and I've seen people struggle over the years to be able to get a firearm that properly fits that hand. In fact, there's so many people that recommend very popular firearms to others, and yet they show up to the range and the gun does not fit their hand properly, which means they can't work it as efficient as they would be able to with a properly fitting firearm. So the PD-10 has a very narrow grip that allows you to be able to reach that hand around. Additionally, it has a deep tang and an undercut trigger guard that allows you to be able to get a good grip on the firearm. Now, the distance between the back strap here and the undercup ends up being a little bit shorter than some of the other popular firearms. The trigger, the angle, the shape was designed to allow you to be able to smoothly, consistently press the trigger to the rear. Now, if you haven't seen my video on proper trigger manipulation, go check it out on PersonalDefenseNetwork.com. But this trigger was set up for that purpose to allow you to be able to efficiently work it without causing extra deviation in the firearm itself. Now, it does have a very low bore axis. Putting that barrel line close in line with your hand or close in line with that forearm to be able to change that fulcrum point to help you manage recoil for any follow-up shots. Now, while my model that I have is not optics ready, rest assured the optics ready cut is available as well. Now, it does have the traditional safeties that you'll find on most modern striker-fired semi-automatic handguns, being the safety tab on the trigger and the safeties built into the firing pin as well. Out of the 300 plus rounds that I've put through it today, I did not have any reliability issues. I really think you're going to like the PD-10 for personal defense. Doesn't matter if it's home defense or concealed carry. To learn more about this firearm, check it out on their website, avidityarms.com. Thanks for watching, but before you leave, I have two favors. Please share the content with others who are interested and subscribe to our channel because it helps us get the information out faster when we're talking about the new stuff.